Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'm actually very happy with the words that you said, because I always, and I've said this for years, I never felt that my blog was good hasbara, because it's not, the audience is not the people that are in the middle, the audience isn't the other side. My audience has always been the people that are on our side, but it's to give them source material. But I never really regarded it as hasbara, so I'm actually gratified that you define it as that. Another stage of hasbara is to actually be able to get the facts even to the people that already love Israel, they're already pro-Israel, but they need the actual information behind them. So thank you very much for that. The next presentation is going to be for the best watchdog and for Arab Media NGO. I hope, I didn't get confirmation, but I hope that Yishai Fleisher is here and that he can actually speak to this. Is he? Yes. Okay. Not quite. Let me introduce him at least. Yishai is Israel's only English-language broadcast radio show host. He's a contributing editor at JewishPress.com, and his analysis and commentary have been featured in everything from CNN and BBC to Al Jazeera and Russia Today. Yishai is also the founder and director of Kuma, an organization that works to educate the public about Israel. So, ladies and gentlemen, Yishai to present Best Watchdog.
Shalom. Hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Hasby Awards. All right, this is a super important gathering of people, and that's because if the other side would have the same gathering, they would have like 1,000 times what we have here. All right, there's so many more people on the other side who are trying so hard to besmirch the name of Israel. What's that?
Half of them are bots.
Are Brits?
Bots. Bots.
Anyway, half of them are bots, maybe. In any case, my friends, this is an important gathering of people. It's a pleasure to meet Elder. I won't give it away. I always thought that he was going to have horns and stuff. So I was a bit surprised about that. Just one thing about myself personally is that I have another aspect to my career in Hasbara, and that is actually I'm working for the Jewish community of Hebron. Basically working for the fathers and mothers that are buried in Hebron. I can tell you that in the last few days I've dealt with a lot of world media, and really the physical jihad is mirrored by the narrative jihad. There's an effort to undermine our lives and to undermine our credibility to have those lives there. And it's a circle. It's a recurring circle. And in Hebron we have a big problem. We have the physical jihad, which you've heard about. I buried my good friend Gennady on Hanukkah after being murdered in a horrible fashion. And on Thursday, we buried Halal Yafa, Ariel, horrific. Today we buried Mark. We buried a lot of people for the physical jihad. But do you know that UNESCO sends us an email saying, look guys, we all know that the Ibrahimi Mosque is not whatever you claim it is. It is not a Jewish spot. It's part of the Palestinian national heritage, and you should take it off of your heritage sites list. And what I called UNESCO is everybody talks about UNRWA these days. There's a few people like David Bedin and others who have made their UNRWA issue very public. The UNESCO issue is not known. And these folks, here's my phrase everybody, the legitimate arm of the jihad. They are into memory erasure. That's what they're doing. And when the nice suit and tie folks in Brussels, should I add the word right? When those folks in Brussels say that we're stealing somebody else's land, then surely the local people who are being stolen from have every right to do horrific things. So it goes around and around. The legitimization of the physical jihad comes from the suit and tie narrative jihad that is out there. So there's a few organizations that are fighting very hard to keep it not just on the newspaper level, but also on the international policy level. And one of those organizations is NGO Monitor. One of those organizations is that I'm always watching what they're doing. Their information is absolutely key. There's just a few more, and they're really in the thick of it. They're really in the thick of it because there's a angry and dark world out there that wants to besmirch our name, and they're also channeling. It's not just some blogger from Bethlehem. We're talking about millions and billions of dollars being sent towards the undermining of the Israeli narrative, not to mention the physical jihad. So NGO Monitor, I want you to come and get your very well-deserved prize. And this is a prize, Shaun Sachs. This prize is it's certainly from the Hasby Awards and from other examples, but certainly from the Jewish people for the great work that you're doing defending us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I actually, after Elder, I lost power? Okay. We're back. After I was told about the award and I was asked to accept it on NGO Monitor's behalf, I actually wrote down a few words, but after hearing what everyone else said before me, I'm kind of humbled. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to give my own personal story. I was working in IT for a number of years, and a hobby was following what was going on around Israel. And I made a point of, I'll just go without the microphone. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. I made a point of following the goings on in our country from a social media point of view, and I was inspired by the work of a number of people here, Avi, Arson, Elder, many others. And after a certain period of time collecting information, I realized it was time to actually join many of these people, use the information that you had been putting out, and do some good. And one of the events that actually struck me was when I was in university many years ago. I was called back to Miluim and I served in Jenin during Operation Defense of Shield. And at the end of the operation, when the horrible demonizing rumors started to come out about the massacres that had been committed, the things that were being said about me and my unit were very troubling. At the time, a IDF Rav Selin at the time was possibly the only person defending Israel on the front lines. When I joined NGO Monitor 3 years ago, one of the tasks that was given to me by Professor Steinberg was to go and use the information that all of you had been putting out, Elder and others, and make a difference, not only with individuals, but at the decision maker level. Use the passion, the pride, and the information to curtail the millions, the hundreds of millions that is being fed into incitement and hate against the Jewish state. And with your help, believe it or not, we're actually making inroads. We are slowly but surely being successful. Just to give you a couple of examples, only of the last couple of months, even in the European Union, which many of us don't hold in very high regard, over the last couple of months, many of their programs are being reworded. The EU ambassador to Israel himself has run out of excuses for the amount of money that they're giving to Palestinian NGOs that are openly hostile to the existence of the Jewish state. In Holland, the government recently announced that they are going to review all funding to organizations that openly support BDS. A similar resolution is now being passed in Switzerland. Denmark is hopefully going to go the same way. All of these things are at the core of NGO Monitor activity, but it is done first and foremost by every single one of you here. So while this award does go to NGO Monitor on a personal level, I want to say thank you to every single one of you for your passion, your pride, and your inspiration. Thank you very much.